Hey guys, welcome to another weekly episode of my declutter series here on my channel. I have at least 5 parts filmed and I think there's gonna be even more videos coming up because I'm definitely not done. I will be posting a weekly declutter video. I think right now I'm leaning on Wednesday or Friday. So you can look forward to that here on my channel. In case you are new to my channel, I'm about 5 months pregnant, going on 6, and it's making me want to condense and make my collection a little bit more manageable. Also, I'm sick of holding on to makeup that I don't use, and I've been collecting makeup for about, I think, like over 10 years now, and so it's time to just kind of condense things, make my collection more manageable, and also I really want to use up the things in my collection. I will say I'm gonna plug my Poshmark here because anything that I've purchased with my own money, I'm gonna try and list on my Poshmark. Anything that's in good condition. Sometimes I do buy things just for review purposes, and once I'm done with them, I don't really go back to them. So if you're looking for a good deal on makeup, I would highly recommend checking the description box because I will link my Poshmark down there. I also do have a declutter playlist on my channel, so I'll try and link it at the end here if you guys would like to see more declutters from me from previous years. And if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming declutter videos, I would highly recommend subscribing to my channel, turning on that post notification bell so you're notified every time I post. And I upload almost every day, so I would hate for you to miss any of my content. Without further blabbering, let's get into my next declutter. Okay guys, today's declutter drawer is my bronzer drawer, and so many bronzers are about to leave this collection. Enjoying this series so much. I don't know about you guys, but there's something so therapeutic about getting rid of things so you can actually love on the things you love the most, and it's just been so much fun going through and checking out my purgatory stuff. Like, my foundation video was so much fun because it really brought forward some products I really needed to give a second chance to. And I feel the same way about every single category that I filmed so far. So there's a lot to look forward to in the next few weeks. But for today, let's go ahead and tackle my bronzer drawer declutter. Fun facts, it's really hard to sit on the ground when you're 5 months pregnant. Holy smokes. Getting down here is not easy. Let's just say that. Okay, so this is like my mishmash drawer of stuff. There's these really nice organizers in here. So I've been trying to put like my nicer stuff in here, but honestly, I don't know that makes sense. I think I'd rather have things grouped by like blush, highlighter, bronzer. So we already went through face palettes, already went through foundation, and we already went through the drawer below this that has all my blushes, and I separated those by cream and powder. But I know this drawer has blushes. I already went over my highlighter drawer, so there's gonna get some additional stuff into the highlighter drawer, or maybe I'll decide to declutter. So this is like the extras and majority my bronzer drawer. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to you guys. So first thing I see in here, well, this is the first thing I see in here. This is my Juvia's Place bronzer in the shade Tan. I love this. So this is definitely staying. Next we have these Illamasqua products that look fantastic sent me. You guys thought these were so pretty, and I do too. That's why I picked them out. So these need to get rehomed. This is the shade Risque, and I have the shade Epic. Is this the bronzer? Ooh, this is the highlighter, so those need to get rehomed. And then this is the shade in the bronzer I ended up picking out. This is color correcting bronzer in Flare Medium, and it's just too light, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that. Okay, so then if you saw my blush drawer, I did end up finding this in my blush drawer, and honestly, I never reached for this Kevyn Aucoin bronzer in the shade Dusk Medium, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. This is my Barbie highlighter, which needs to go into my highlighter drawer from ColourPop. That's what that looks like. I think eventually I can see myself decluttering this, but for now, I'm holding on to it. Next are these 2 KVD blushes that I picked out during the Sephora sale. They were on like super sale, so I think I got them for like $10, and I have the shade Poppy, which so many people rave about, and then I grabbed this one because it was affordable. It's the shade Rosebud. It's like a cool tone shade, and I'm honestly kind of freaked out to put it on my skin, so I haven't actually tried this one on my face yet, but I do like Poppy. It's very pigmented, very much a Karen Harris makeup shade, if I do say so myself, so those need to get rehomed. This I'm going to go ahead and declutter. I've honestly only used this like once, but I didn't love it. This is from ColourPop in the shade Tea Cakes, and it's just okay. I mean, you guys have seen a lot of my collection by now. I have a ton of beautiful blushes that I'd rather use instead of this. So this is going bye-bye. Next I have, oh my god, this just needs to get thrown out. This is a Wet n Wild bronzer in the shade Palm Beach Ready, I guess. Totally busted. Such a bummer. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and toss this, I think. Okay, this is a new love of mine. This is the Pixie from Head to Toe collaboration in the shade Fetch. It's a glowy powder. It's so pretty as a like a blush highlighter, so I think I'm going to put this in my blush drawer and have it live there. Okay, so now we have my Tower 28 bronzers. I love these. I think I like one shade better than the other. I think I like West Coast better than Best Coast. At first I thought I was a Best Coast gal, but I actually think West Coast suits me better. And then I tried some of their new shades and they were too light for me, and then they have one shade that's darker than Best Coast, so I didn't end up picking that one up. But the one shade that's I think lighter than West Coast was too light, so I just have these two from Tower 28. Okay, I have the Glamlight Michaela highlighter in here. This needs to go in my highlighter drawer. This is too light for me, but I'm going to hold on to it for a bit because I just got this. I'm going to go ahead and declutter this Maybelline City bronzer. It's fine. I just never reach for it. I have other bronzers I like better. This BH Cosmetics bronzer can go too. This is the shade. It's called Cocoa Cutie. It's nice, but again, I don't need it. I have the MAC bronzer in dark. I've held on to this forever. This is a Studio Sculpt Defining Powder. I never use this, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter. This is one of my favorites. This is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade Tan. This is the Airbrush bronzer in the shade number 3, and I really like this, so I'm going to hold on to that. I have a Becca bronzer that I never use. This is going to get decluttered too. I have it in the shade Sunset Waves. And yeah, that's what it looks like. This is another one I want to declutter. Talk to the Palm by ColourPop. It's fine. I just never use it. Next I have the Blonzer. This is a blush bronzer from Bare Minerals, and I was really curious about the concept, so I did pick it up. I'm going to move this into my blush drawer. I think it makes more sense there. Products from Beauty Bay. I'm going to go ahead and declutter these. I don't reach for these. This is Trophy and Caramel. Caramel is the bronzer shade, and then Trophy is the highlighter shade I bought to test out the Beauty Bay products, and they're nice. I just don't think I'll reach for them over the stuff I kept in my other drawers. Here's one I've been saving forever, and I never go back to this. This is the Bombs Betty Luminizer, and this is so famous. Like back in the day, beauty YouTube, oh my gosh, people were just like raving about the Betty Luminizer, and again, I never end up reaching for this, so I'm going to finally declutter. Depending on what I keep, I might get rid of these acrylic drawers. I don't know if they make sense to keep, but I will keep you guys posted. Okay, so here is the Ofra Samantha March River Bronzer. I was hitting pan on this, and then I decided to just give it a little bit of a break. But this is definitely one of my favorite products from Ofra. She did such a good job with this color. Okay, I got my two Gucci products. They're powder products. I have their powder, which I need to move, and this is their bronzer. I love the bronzer, so I'm definitely keeping that. And this I need to move into my powder drawer. Or maybe I'll do a powder and bronzer drawer. I don't know yet, depending on what I keep. This is the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer in Macchiato. I will say I don't use this very much, and now that I have the Chanel bronzer, I really don't see myself reaching for these, but I'm gonna hold on to them. I have the shade Caramel Cutie in their powder bronzer, and then I also bought the shade Teddy because I have a dog named Teddy, which isn't really the best reason to buy so many bronzers, but I'm gonna keep all of these from Fenty. Another Wet n Wild bronzer that I just keep for having like drugstore bronzer, but honestly I don't reach for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. This is in the shade Queensland, and it's from the Game of Thrones collection they did. Or was this inspired by Game of Thrones? I don't really remember, but that's where it's from. Let's move these over here so you guys can see better. Oh god, my foot hurts. Ugh. I'm too old for this shit, I'm telling you. Oh my god. How is it possible for my foot to hurt this bad? Oof. Okay. Okay, get it together, Karen. Oh yeah. Is this just a box? Oh. Okay. So now I have more. This is another Becca bronzer. This is Ipanema Sun. Looks like this. I don't use this. I'm going to declutter it. This is the Aladdin bronzer with MAC. I probably will keep this just because it's cute packaging. Otherwise, I don't really reach for it. Next, we have a bunch of stuff that Oprah sent me. So this is a highlighter in the shade Blissful. We have a highlighter. This is a collab. Milk and Cookies. I bought this one with my own money. And then we have Nikki Tutorials collab with Glow Goals. And then we have Blush Bronzer Duo that looks like this. And I was testing all of this stuff out until that Ofra thing happened, and now I'm not really sure what to do with these products. So I think what I'll do is just hold on to them and then just use them on my own time. But I'm gonna go ahead and move all the highlighters into my highlighter drawer, and then this one I think should probably go in my blush drawer, so I will move that. And then we have another acrylic. This is the Chanel highlighter that I need to put in my highlighter drawer. I thought this was okay. It's definitely not my favorite. I don't think I would purchase another Chanel highlighter. I have a few more Milani blushes. Oh my gosh, I love this shade so much. Red Vino, but I never reach for it. I also have Coralina, and then we have Berry Amore. I don't really use Berry Amore that much, and so I'm going to declutter Berry Amore, but I'm going to keep these two and I'm going to move them into my blush drawer because that's where they belong. And then I have these blushes from Melt, and I know I have one in here that I never use. So this is the one from the Amore Eterno collection. It's called Illuminacion. I'm going to keep that. And then I also have this one called Gamma Ray, which I wanted forever. I never ended up putting it on my face. And then my favorite is Genesis. This is so pretty. It kind of looks like Bali from Ofra and a few other shades that I have. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in my blush drawer as well. And then this is the Pat McGrath highlighter from... I don't even know what collection. I don't like Pat McGrath's highlighters, so... I think I'm just holding on to this just because I paid money for it. So I'm going to toss the box. I'm going to keep the highlighter, but I'm going to put this in my highlighter drawer. And then we have MAC Give Me Sun. This is like the most famous bronzer. I tried to pan this. Clearly it's not going to happen. So I'm going to finally declutter. Another acrylic container that's cleaned up. And then my last two things in here is a backup of the Kosas bronzer. I mean, I love this bronzer, don't get me wrong. But I don't know why I felt the need to have an extra. And then I really like this Hourglass bronzer. This is in the shade Radiant Bronze Light. So I'm going to keep this one too. And it's really good. So there's definitely more bronzers I need to add into this drawer because they're like, I know, floating around in space here. But these are all of the bronzers I'm actually going to keep. Gotta love that bronzer. It comes in such cute packaging. Like, they're all like gold and pretty. And then I guess I only have 2 cream bronzers and then my Chanel one I'm using right now. So those are all the bronzers I'm keeping. I'm gonna flash on the screen how many I kept versus how many things we ended up decluttering. And yeah, just to keep you guys updated. But wow, this is nice and clean. And I'm sure I'll have more things to add in here, but this is a lot less overwhelming than having all the acrylic containers. I don't know if I'll just keep these in here and maybe in a future time I'll want to store things in here, but for now I'm just going to keep them in these white containers, which I got from Target, and everything just kind of stays put in there pretty nicely, so I like that. Okay guys, so I will say I didn't have a lot of bronzers to begin with. I think I had about 23. There's probably a few in the face palette drawer, but you know what? Everything will come and have its reckoning because I'm going through everything in my makeup room. It's very serious here at Karen Harris Makeup Headquarters. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the bronzer declutter. Let me know, what is your favorite bronzer in your makeup collection? If you have one, I'm always dying to know what your favorite product is. I think my current favorite is definitely the Chanel cream bronzer. I didn't even put this in the drawer yet because I've been using this religiously. So yeah, let me know what your favorite bronzer is down in the comments, and I will see you for another declutter next week. Bye guys!